Love, this for all my boss babes. Go do your boss thing. Loving how you boss babe. This for all my dreamers and my doers and all the entrepreneurs. Just believe in what you doing and pursuing love. This for all my boss babes. Go do your boss thing.
What's up, Boss Fam? It's your boy DJ The Boss, and I am back for another Tuesday Live with my community, the realest cleaning business community on the internet, the Cleaning Boss family, man. I appreciate y'all for being here. I love y'all so much, man. You guys make this whole thing happen, and I do it for you guys. You guys make, it's a cycle. You guys help me. I love helping you guys. It keeps building up the channel, and we get more opportunities and things like that, and I'm grateful for it. So it's not lost on me how blessed I am to be in this position, and I don't take it for granted. So I really, when I say I appreciate you guys, when I say I appreciate you in the comments, I really do mean that. It's the same when you meet me in person. You can ask any of the subscribers who've met me in person at CBN conference. I really am like that. I really do care, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. So thanks for being here. This is one of the most valuable things I do on this channel is in real time. I like to help my community. If you guys have any questions about the cleaning industry, if you need any help with your cleaning business, especially commercial, you guys know I specialize in commercial. If you're struggling with anything, whatever your question is, put it in the comments. I can't wait to help you. That's the most valuable thing I do on this channel in real time. You got me here every Tuesday at 3 p.m. And and we do that right after I go through my little spiel. We got a little bit to talk about today. But as always, I go in order on the comments, so it's still first come, first serve. So if you got a question, put it in the comments, and I will definitely get to it. Give me an audio check, man. You guys, let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know how the audio is doing. I know we don't have a whole lot of people in here today like we, sometimes do. But if you guys can hear me, I'm cool with who's here, and we can get it rocking. If somebody can just let me know if you guys can hear me. What's up, Rebecca? I see you in here. Thank you, Rebecca. I see you. Love you. Hope everything is doing well. Text me sometime. I saw your comment on the other video. Yeah, text me sometime and let me know how things are going. I want to know. Who else we got in here? Jeanette Rose says she usually misses the lives and watches it the day after. I appreciate it either way, but glad to have you here on the live. So thank you for being here. Glad you were able to make it. Jelena Garcia, a regular super subscriber, love you. Appreciate you for being here. Says hi everyone. And we got his and hers cleaning service in the building. Appreciate y'all. Where y'all from, man? Where y'all from? Yeah, I don't know if everybody here knows, but I am out here in Seattle, Washington. Actually, Mukilteo, Washington is where my office is, right across the street from Boeing, the company that makes the airplanes. So that's why it's rather loud in here. Like there's usually planes, and there's a big busy street in between us. But yeah, I'm up in Mukilteo, Washington. We've had people on the lives from London, Africa, Houston, Atlanta, New York. So I'm always interested in to see where everyone is, and it allows me to think a little bit larger about the cleaning industry and remember that there's a lot more markets than just mine. So yeah, this channel isn't just about helping you guys. I try to get as much value out of it for myself as well. I learn from you guys every day and your questions and what you guys are dealing with, so I can see the problems in the market across the country. So it's a really cool position to be in. But today, I see we got people, everyone's kind of rolling in. All right, we'll let some people roll in a little bit. Nick in the building, shout out to you, appreciate it. Echo is a lot better than usual. Good, because I left the settings the same. I appreciate you saying that, Nick. Last week we had an audio issue. That's why I asked for the audio check. Last week we had an issue, and there was a weird echo, and so hopefully that's not too bad today. Hopefully we can eliminate it as much as possible I left all the settings the same, so hopefully this will do. But yeah, I appreciate everyone for being here. But today's topic, I want to get into today's topic so we can answer some questions and bring as much value as we possibly can, which is always my goal. Today's topic, a lot of people on the internet across this whole business advice industry and all the stuff, and it's popular right now. People, a lot of people are struggling. A lot of people are struggling, and people want better for themselves, and so they look for help. They look for where they can find it. And on the internet, there's people who say a lot of things and spit a lot of advice, and a lot of that stuff gets run away with, so to speak. And one of the popular themes that I've been coming across lately as I've been doing consultations with people, and my friends are asking me for help in their businesses, not always cleaning, but the same mentality kind of stretches across all of business, and it's this idea uh, of knowing your worth. And like people say, oh, know your worth, and never start pricing your price. And if people don't take your price, then that's not your customer. And there's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. I definitely believe you should be a firm negotiator. You should, if you believe in the value that you're providing, and you can back that up at least to yourself. You know, that there is some truth to that. There is some truth to that. I will succeed that there is some truth to being firm in negotiation and believing in yourself and believing in what you're worth. I don't want to downplay that side of it. But also, there's a big but. But also, there's also the idea of market value, and the market decides the price. And that's kind of more of the world that I live in, is the market decides the price. So I've had people in recent consultations, they like, cause I kind of, my coach, I'm very transparent. I tell people exactly how I run my prices, exactly what my markup is. I let people see whatever they ask for in consultations. If it's at my fingertips, I'll open the door. And they saw my pricing at one point and how I structured my pricing, and they saw kind of my close rate, and they kind of just assumed that they could do exactly that. Which I always say, don't run a copycat business. You have to run your own business. But because they saw that, they saw my markup and tried to run a very, very similar pricing structure, which I have no problem with. I really do not care. But it wasn't working for him. And when he came back for another consultation, he was like, well, I'm not closing deals. I'm not. People aren't saying yes. They're telling me my prices are too high and blah blah blah. And those two problems with that. One, he wasn't going on enough walkthroughs for one to actually be able to say that. I was like, you have no data. You went on like 12 walkthroughs. Oh, that's not data. That's you just had 12 bad walkthroughs. But also, just starting out, you may not be able to charge what I charge. You may not be as good at, and that's not a slight on you. Like I had to go through it. I had to be the company that's undercutting other companies just so I have a chance to show my value and prove my value to the market. And then once I was able to prove my value to the market, I was able to get market rate. And then once I was able to exceed the expectations of market rate and know what that is, and I can communicate a value higher than market rate, then I can negotiate for a value higher than market rate. But I went through all of those steps, and it's okay to be wherever you are. And if you're in the beginning, you just need revenue in the business. Don't let know your worth, know your price, don't settle on your price. Don't let that block you from growing your business and getting revenue in your business. In the very beginning, that's what's most important. You need revenue in your business. It's okay to take those small percentages. There's nothing wrong with that. You can have as low as a 15 or 20% markup. That's okay, cool. So if you got to do that just to get in the door, if people are telling you your price is too high and you're brand new, then yeah, your price is too high. Know your worth or whatever, and try to negotiate to the best of your ability. But in the beginning, you know what's going on behind closed doors, and if you're really struggling and you really need it to happen, then you might want to come down on that price. As long as you're still profitable, as long as you can still pay an employee and be profitable, you don't have to make 50 or 100% markup and try to run a huge business off of every single customer in the beginning. You really just need revenue in the business. So as long as you're not going out of business, you're okay. But your price is the market decides your price, and if no one in the market wants you at your price, then that's not your price. If no one buys, then that's not your price. That's the market telling you that at this current state of your business, this isn't where you are. That's not where you are. And I really don't. I know I get a lot of flack for being this tough love dude, but I really just try to stay as realistic as possible. This business is doable, and this business is great for people to get started. But everyone has this idea, oh, I'm starting a business, I got a company, and that gets to your head, and we run away with these ideas from these gurus that we see online. In the beginning, it is not that. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. In the beginning, it is not that. It is not glamorous. And a lot of people, I had someone in my comments earlier. I'm so glad I got to it before I got on this live. But he was telling me, he was like, oh, I'm in a situation kind of just like you, and I really want to grow my company. And he was like, I have no money. I spent my last dollar, and I'm pretty soon going to be out of a place to live. And I'm like, I can tell by the way you're talking about it that you are not in a work mindset. You're still in a you think it's glamorous type of mindset. Like, there's nothing glamorous about being at zero. There's nothing glamorous about it, and you shouldn't expect there to be. If you're at absolute zero, you should be trying to be of service. You should be looking for work. That's it. That's a different approach than I'm trying to grow my company. Like, no, you're trying to work. You're trying to go and be of service to someone. You're trying to go and be helpful to someone in exchange for pay, obviously. In exchange for reasonable pay, and you definitely want to be at least in a reasonable price range for someone just starting out. You're not a huge company with a bunch of overhead just starting out. In the beginning, you just need to get some revenue so that you can breathe, so your business can actually breathe. And even if you are in a place where you're working full time and you want to hire out the gate, that's still you still should be okay with that little bit of profit. And this is business. It's not like no one's gonna feel bad for you. Like, oh my God, you only make 13% in your profit in your business. Like, that's so terrible. Like, where's your business, bro? Like, name a stock that you can just rely on for 13% every year. It doesn't exist. Very few other financial vehicles will yield you the type of profit margins that a business can yield you. And we're talking at the very bottom. Like, I'm talking 12, 15%. Like, yes, you will grow. You do want to grow to being able to mark up 30, 50, 100%, 150%, 200%. You will get there. But in the beginning, you're not worth that. You don't have enough practice communicating your value at whatever place you are. You have no idea what it's like to close a deal at a lower price, let alone a higher price. It's harder to, why do you want to start making it super hard for yourself? So, I always kind of seem to get on like a high horse about these things during these little live streams, but I'm over it now. Appreciate you guys for being here. Hope that wasn't too long of a little spiel. Hopefully you guys got some value from my spiel, but I do want to also bring up a couple of other things. So, let's see. Oh, so the cold call template. Actually, let's bring it up. Let's bring it up right now. Cold call template is now that didn't transition. There we go. The cold call template that I put out a while ago is now past the first 100 users. 100 people have purchased it for the low price. I think it was like $25, which is absolutely ridiculous. And people had success from the cold call scripts by themselves. Because just doing the work is really what counts. If you do the work, you're gonna have some results. So I'm glad everyone's making money. I'm glad everyone's getting some walkthroughs and doing that thing. That's wonderful. That makes me happy. Since we're past 100 users, the price has increased to the price that it was supposed to be, which I think is like now $65 or $70 or something like that. I don't make the prices, to be honest with you, but I think it's like $70. And I've updated it. So the first 100 users didn't get gypped. It's a live document, and I also emailed the new version to everyone who purchased the first 100 copies of the cold call scripts. But now it is a fully automated sales system. I decided to not do away with the scripts. The scripts are still in there. But now I have systemized this, and there's a video guide in there as well where I kind of break down everything that's needed and everything that you're looking at inside of the template in order to make it happen for itself once you start actually bringing in revenue, because you want to start systematizing things as quickly as possible and as soon as you can afford it. And this is actually done for really, really cheap. As soon as you can afford it, you want to start getting out of those day-to-day activities so that you can look at your business from a bird's eye view. And I think this is one of the first things to do besides the actual cleaning. After you systematize the cleaning, obviously getting your employees and stuff like that. Prospecting and sales is another thing that you need to systematize, and the earlier you start doing that, the better. But yeah, this template is there for you. I pinned the link into the top of the comment. So if you do not have a way to drum up some leads, some appointments, some walkthroughs for your cleaning business, there you go. Get that. And but yeah, I want to talk about that for a second. But yeah, there's some people already were in the comments saying, hey, they're getting their system set up and they're getting started. One thing marketers do is we ruin marketing. We ruin every form of marketing. Think about it. Whatever marketing comes out. TV came out, marketers ruined it with commercials. Radio came out, marketers ruined it with commercials. Email came out, marketers ruined it with spam ads. But it's just you got to be, while these things are active and while these things still work, you should really get on them and do them. So before this this particular method, which is already somewhat ruined, but it's one of the tried and true ones that's going to stick around. You definitely want to get on it before it's too saturated and everyone's doing the exact same thing. So, yeah, get to work. Go get the cold call template. Also, I know I keep saying this about the app, but the Cleaning Boss app is almost finished. It is almost finished. We're looking at hopefully within the next 2.5 weeks for it being completely public to everyone. So you guys know how I rock. The first good group of people that take advantage of it will receive some benefit, some either discount or reimbursement or whatever. I haven't honestly thought, I haven't talked with my team about it yet, but the app is almost finished and we have all agreed to do something special for the first group of people who hop on the app. So if you are not on the waiting list for the app, go get on the waiting list at mycleaningboss.app. And there's a big thing at the top that just says join the wait list. You put the email in, that's it, and you'll be on the wait list for when the app goes not public, but when it's available for the public. But yeah, I appreciate everyone who's been asking and been on my ass about the app because I've been talking about it for so long and we have failed on deadlines. I talk about, actually the app isn't even up here. There you go. But yeah, I'll talk about failing and failing early and failing ugly and starting off ugly. But yeah, this is my example of that. This is my first time trying to do something in the technology space. And so, yeah, structure-wise and management-wise, there's some things I got to learn. So I'm not the perfect businessman, but I do know a little, thing or two, and I'm okay with, messing up a little bit because I know I'm never going to quit, and that's what I want you guys to get from watching me do business is that, you see how consistent I am. I do not stop. I'm always growing, and that's the only way it works is if you never give up on things. You force them to work because you're gonna keep working until you figure it out. So. But this app is a labor of love, and I will not put it out if it's not up to my particular standard. And so that's what's taking it so long is I'm kind of nitpicking and I'm kind of making things the way I want them and being a little bit of a micromanager. Yeah, all my fault, but still, the app is coming soon, and I don't want you guys who follow me to miss out on it. So definitely go and go to mycleaningboss.app and get on the wait list. Now, let's see, let's transition out of here. To my community, man. Looks like we got some comments. Let's see who's all in the comments and what's going on, man. Appreciate you guys for being here. If you guys have questions, definitely get them in the comment section. I do go in order by however they come. But yeah, get them in the comment section and we'll start helping people, man. Appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you. Hit the like button. If you guys are in here, go ahead and hit the like button. Let's see how many people we got. We got people in and out of here. Hit the like button so it gets pushed to more people in the community and we get have a better time in here. Let's see. Let me bring up my comments real quick. Let's see. Yeah, Nate in the building. Shout out to Nate, always here. Philly sounds kind of new. I don't know when the last time we had Philly in the building. Shout out to Philly. Let's see. Jelena Garcia says, same. I have a passion for helping others and being the best for my clients. That's what it's about, man. It's about being of service. That's like if you forget about everything else and focus on being of service to people, the money will come because people pay for other people to solve problems. If people pay for help, if you're helpful, then people they can't wait to pay you if they actually want help and they actually need help and you solve a problem for them. People can't wait to do that. They can't wait to pay for that. But you have to be in the mindset of being of service and wanting to help people. See, Janetta Rose says, Franklin, Indiana. I have a cleaning business I just started in January. Congratulations, Janetta. Top of the year. I like it. Congratulations. Welcome to the industry. Glad you were able to finally make a live. Franklin, Indiana. I don't think we've had them. Franklin, someone representing Franklin, Indiana on the live lately either. Chris is Cleaning LLC says, started with small offices, now I'm getting slightly larger ones. But how did you transition into getting those really big multi-floor contracts? Same, just leveling up, leveraging your current client base. Like a group of medium-sized clients looks good to a client who's slightly larger than all of them. Like it just you grow one step at a time. You start to look, you start to look like the people that they do business with. It's not extremely complicated. I've always been like a jumper to try to get after like like a little bit out of my wellhouse, but you know, but that's it. You try and fail. You go after it, and you get told no, or you get laughed out of a room, and then you try again. You make adjustments, and then you try again. That's it. You just keep trying, and you keep growing. You be okay with where you are, and you take the smart money along the way. But yeah, reach for them. Reach for them. Try to reach out to them. Try to figure out what that process is like. Some of them have like bidding cycles or a particular time of year where they just kind of go through and get new bids. And it's a long sales. A lot of those big contracts are really long sales cycles, and that's something that a lot of the other really big companies don't talk about a lot. Even ones that I know do a lot of really large buildings. That the sales cycle on large commercial is really long. Like even from getting a yes, like you can get a yes and be like, hey, yeah, we totally work out with you. It can still be 6 months before you're in the building. Like it's just like that. It's a very slow. The bigger the building, the slower the sales process is, the slower the sales cycle is. So you could be marketing to them for several years, and like have a walkthrough scheduled out 3 months after you've actually made an initial contact with them, and then from the walkthrough they reach back out to you 45 days later because they had to go to this person and to that person and get approved by that person, and then they pick a bid, and then they reach back out to you. It can be a really long sales process. So be okay with that and understand that. And so it actually helps. It helps you approach the market in a more long-term mindset because it forces you to try to build a relationship with them over that time, and that's going to be more valuable than anything. And that's going to kind of make it more likely that they'll do business with you over anybody else. Is that relationship that you build with them? But yeah, those sales cycles can be really long. But the transition is just step by step. You constantly try to go for larger accounts, and the more accounts underneath that size that you have, the better you look to those larger accounts. And when you start to be able to associate like brands that they also respect, like whenever I got like a large client, like something that had a big name like a Nordstrom's or the Planet Fitness or University of Washington, like those big names, those sound good to other big names. When you get a big name, you can leverage those names, especially if you can get reviews and use them as your point of contact as references. Like it becomes game over. Like it becomes too easy. That's it. Reference. Use your client base. The bigger you get, the more it starts to feed in on itself. See, Dallas, Texas in the building. Chris's Cleaning LLC, appreciate you for being here. Says, what's up? His and Hers Cleaning says, I'm looking to find my real worth without underbidding myself because I've only been in business for 8 months and I'm just trying to build my company's reputation in the industry. Yeah, I mean, well, if you're closing deals at a particular price, then there you go. You've kind of proven to yourself where you sit in the market. If you're not closing as much as you think you should be, you may want to consider coming down if you really need to get more revenue in the business. But if you're 8 months, well, I guess you said 8 months. You didn't say like how much success you've had, but yeah, if you're having no luck, if like you're not getting, you're not closing at least 20-30%, to at least 20% of your walkthroughs, then yeah, you might want to consider coming down in price a bit. You don't know your worth, and the market tells you what you're worth. There's no knowing your worth. As long as you're profitable, you obviously can't come down underneath what your cost is, what your costs are, your cost of goods, but you probably can afford to come down on that price a little bit. And then you prove your worth to the market by doing good service, getting reviews. Those things increase your market value. Let's see, Moses Ramirez says, went on my first walkthrough yesterday. Nice work, nice work, nice work. Fingers crossed for you, hoping you get it. This is all he says. Fire. Yeah, hardest part is being stuck between employee mindset and business owner mindset because I still work a job. Yeah, so yeah, very very true. That is extremely true. And it was even it takes a while to completely erase an employee mindset, but it's okay. It doesn't. There's nothing wrong with being an employee. That your goal is money in your pocket, right? Like you can spend some time, you can trade some time for money, and then you leverage your time outside of that where you don't trade your time for money. And then eventually, hopefully, you just work until those things outbalance each other. But it takes a while. It takes a while just to get out of that mindset. But the main mindset you should have is just for work. Be willing to work, and be willing to be helpful. That's it. At work and on your own. Then the more helpful you are, especially on your outside of your 9 to 5, the faster that will replace your 9 to 5 income. And then on top of that, like when you work a job and you have a business, you get to also invest into your own business. So if you have a full-time job, the full-time job should be providing should be paying for your life, your personal life and your lifestyle. It should be covering everything, right? You should also, if you're managing your personal finances correctly, you should have some money to either be saving or investing. And so instead of investing in all these other different investment vehicles, I'm not going to tell you how to manage your money, but I would suggest that as opposed to investing in other people's companies and like stocks and investing in whatever other vehicles that you're trusting to grow your money, invest it in your own business. Put that money back into your business. Your expenses are paid. You have your own money. If you got disposable income to invest, go ahead and invest in your own business and try to grow your business a little bit faster. You can kind of reach scale a lot faster than you think. But a lot of people just aren't managing their money and aren't willing to put that extra money into their business on a consistent basis in order to grow the business. Because they want the business to be the thing that brings in extra money, and but you have money because you have a job, so you can't put as much time and energy into it because you have something else to do. So it's going to take some money, but also some energy. So remember that. Oh, scroll too fast. So there's a faint echo. I think you have 2 mics on. I only have 1 mic on. Try to turn this my desktop speakers off. I am struggling with the audio. I don't know what could be causing an echo. It really could be because this room has a super high ceiling. But I don't know. I don't have 2 mics on. I'm gonna try switching mics next week and see how that goes. So appreciate you guys for rocking with me though. Let's see. It's too close to the mic. Oh, I skipped one. Nick says, I appreciate that you stating profit is profit because people will try to convince you to outbid yourself. I'd rather a few contracts at low profit than 0 contracts at 0 profit. That's exactly the point. That's exactly the point. Anything in the beginning is better than you not getting any business. Cool, you cannot be extremely profitable in the beginning, but at least you can be in business. You can have some revenue to play with. You can have some profit. There's some profit to play with. And then as you grow and as you get more accounts, and you have the stomach to say no to certain things, and you start to negotiate for more. Like once you have 5 low profit accounts, you're probably not going to say no to the next. You're probably not going to say yes to the next account that wants that price because it's not worth it to you. You need a little bit more, or you're going to at least try to push for it a little bit more. But also, if you never close another deal above that price, then guess what? That's market value. That's your market value until you can figure out how to communicate more value. But yeah, better to be in business than not in business. So profit is. Come on now, you're profitable. Profitable. That's more than most businesses can say. Profitable. And if you are billing up front, guess what? You're profitable and cash positive and profitable on day 1, which is unheard of. which is crazy that that's unheard of. Like, why is it that so like we have to take on so much debt as a company? Is because people like don't like you don't have to. You can get paid up front, be cash positive, and profitable on day one. Where am I in the comments? Yeah. Gotta walk before you run, and run before you fly. Exactly that. Moses Ramirez says, quoted 1,600 for 6 days a week for a 13K square foot, mostly vacuum and cleaning 3 small restrooms. Not bad, I think. Doesn't sound bad to me. Let's see. When DJ gets too close to the mic, it quickly turns into distortion. Too close to the mic? I don't know. There is no like second mic. I'm wearing my microphone is right here, so I'm not sure. There's like I'm not changing distance to the mic since I'm wearing it, so I don't know what it is. I do have another mic, but it's not plugged in. I have this mic here as well, but it's not plugged in. So working on it, guys. I'm working on it. I'll try to figure it out. There we go. Please hit the like button though. Hit the like button. We get some ad revenue and buy some new equipment in the studio for the YouTube channel. All right, say this too close. Let's try pulling this one off. See if we can just talk to it and see if that improves the audio quality. You guys let me know. All right. Born Abundant Apparel says the video that explains what I'll get for the $70 doesn't play for me. Not sure what you mean. I haven't put out a video that explains what you get for the $70 because I mean initially it was the cold call. There was 3 cold call scripts, and that was discounted from that was discounted from $70. So at $70 it like it could should still just be the cold call scripts because now with everything else that's included, it's discounted down from 150. So it will be the price will be going up after the next 100 users. So it will be going up to 150 after the next 100 users because of how much I put into the update. But better now, just low volume. Okay, so now I gotta hold it like directly right here. But yeah, I haven't put out a video. I did send out an email that has like a picture of a video, but I think it's just linked to the website so that you can purchase it. And I think the thumbnail is that thumbnail is of the video guide to show you that there is a video guide inside of that package. So if you purchase the package, you will be able to watch the video. But the video is not explaining what you get; it's actually explaining the entire process and kind of all of the other documents that are in the template. Let's see. Rebecca's in the chat. Y'all remember Rebecca? It was a pleasure to meet Rebecca at CBN conference. She was absolutely amazing. Flew all the way out there to hang out with me. Super dope. She says I had a walkthrough for a post construction for a building, and I'm giving her my price for the cleanup. They called back to see if it would include floor polish. I said no. Is that correct? Yeah, that would be correct. You guys hang on 1 second. This is a phone call I can't say no to. Hi, Mimi.
Hey, which one?
What'd you say?
Which one got in the fight?
Which one do you think has the most capacity for violence?
Adacia?
MJ. Yes, MJ got into a fight at school, and so now I gotta go and make her apologize to these 2 little boys.
Well, that's the fun part of it. I call to tell you that Chad guy.
Oh, okay. Well,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, I know. But yeah, but let me call you right back. I'm on live with for my YouTube channel. I'll call you right after this.
All right, love
I
you.
love you. Mwah. My grandmother. It's my grandmother calling me. I can never like not answer them. I don't care what I'm doing on this planet. If my grandmother calls my phone, I'm answering it. So appreciate y'all for sticking with me through that. But yeah, she's talking about my youngest. You guys don't know I have a 4-year-old daughter. She's nonverbal, and yeah, today she got in trouble at school for fighting. She displayed some aggression towards two little boys, and now I have to go and try to prove to these people that I'm not a terrible parent. So, but let's get back to this. But yeah, so yeah, your price for post construction cleaning, you definitely don't have to include like like floor like a floor finishing. No, like that would definitely be a different an additional price and add on. So you're definitely right. So oh by the way, I put you on my Facebook website. Hope that's okay. Yeah, I mean it's totally fine. I just want to see it. Send me a link. Let me know. What is it? It sounds like mic not plugged all the way in. It's wireless, so that would be difficult. Cleaning. Chris is cleaning LLC says sometimes I don't even know who to mail my mailers to for the huge buildings. I just put facility manager on everyone. Yeah, that's yeah. There you go. You may not know. Uh, yeah, you may not know. You may have to just address it to the business or yeah, attention facility manager or try different job titles for facility managers, um, whatever else they could be called in your area. But I don't do a whole lot of direct mail, so um, yeah, I wouldn't know how to help you on that as other than in terms of graphic design, which is something I do. But yeah, as far as like techniques and tips and tricks to make better conversion rates on direct mailers, I would have no clue. I did used to listen to a guy who's down in Portland, Oregon, one state down from me, who has a podcast. He's pretty successful. I know his podcast is called the Service Industry Podcast, but I think he started as a window cleaner, and obviously, which would have been why I ran into his content probably 7 years ago. But I'm pretty sure he's still active now. He reminds me a lot of me in the way he approaches business. But I would definitely go and check him out. He also owns a company that does direct mail campaigns and makes direct mail flyers for people. So I don't have like a link or anything, but I do know, yeah, if you look up his podcast, it's called Service Industry Podcast, and I know that's a service that he offers. But on his YouTube channel and within his podcast, he talks a lot about those tips and tricks for like making making better conversion rates on direct mail campaigns. So couldn't help you on that one, but there's a resource for you. See. Moses Ramirez says, "How do I get into specialties like carpet cleaning and floor stripping and waxing?" You just start doing them. You literally just start doing them. Like you don't even have to own these machines. Like if you can at least get a 50% deposit. So some of these more specialty jobs you may not be able to get all of it up front. I mean, I still encourage you to try, but typically you can at least get 50% or a deposit up front, and you can rent you can rent the equipment. So just go. You can rent the equipment, sell the service. You can rent the equipment. Make sure you are taking pictures of your every time. You make sure you're getting your media, so that you can continue marketing and get more jobs like that. But it's the same way you would try to get it regular jobs. You sell, you market, you let people know that you let people know that you do it, and ask for business. But yeah, those type of specialty things, yeah, those once you're in business and you have you start to see how a business operates, you can systematize those specialty things like that. It becomes super easy, especially after you've gotten the hang of hiring cleaning employees, training the cleaning employees, and what they're gonna do on a routine thing, and you get that system kind of dialed down for bringing people on and getting them trained and getting them to work, and, processing their payment, their paychecks and things like that. Once you've gotten through that cycle a couple times, repeating it for a different service that you don't even do all the time becomes extremely easy. But yeah, but just getting into it, like there's not much limitation. The cleaning industry is one of the industries, like it doesn't even matter which direction you want to go. Like there's a way for you to get to start with very little money. So if you can get a deposit for whatever job that you can close, then you can rent equipment and still get the job done and still be profitable. So Let's see. His nurse says I have his nurse cleaning services says I have 3 contracts already. Dope. Dope, dope, dope. Yeah. Stay after it. Stay after it. Start going after things that are a little bit more. So now you have 3 contracts. Now you want to, I would try to, either get more if you're okay with the profit margin that you have, and you can see yourself running a business with, you know, however many clients it takes you to get to whatever your financial goal is. Then that's fine. Then your goal is just to go and get that number of clients. But yeah, if you have bigger aspirations, then you want to try to start increasing that profit margin a little bit by little until you start to get to tell people start to tell you hell no. But you always want to be trying to increase your market value, get more reviews, get more a quick way to increase your market value right now is the 3 clients that you have should definitely have a review, have a Google review for you. If they can, you should have a like a video review for them. You can go and put a cell phone in their face for a couple seconds and just tell them, ask them a couple questions about your service and or your doing business with you or what benefits they receive from doing business with you. But that's gold because other businesses like them will see it, and other businesses bigger than them will see it, and there you go. You'll be a little bit more attractive to those businesses, and you can warrant a slightly higher price because now you've built a little bit of value because they've seen how the value that you provided for others. Let's see. Aegon says, "Hey DJ, how are you, Brody? I'm starting my cleaning service business soon. When you started your business, did you work the 7 days a week?" Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. Short answer. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I did. I did all the work. I did everything. I did the website. I did all the work. I, like and a lot of times some of these jobs were a little bit bigger. I had to bring on help early. So, but like I didn't do everything that there was to be done, but I definitely was, a cleaner for 7 days a week. Absolutely. Let's see. Shout out to Jelena Garcia, y'all. Please hit the like button. Appreciate you. Thank you for that. It sounds much better. Good. Glad we got a little bit of improvement on the audio. Hopefully we can keep it that way. Nick says something new with the audio, DJ. You've never had this issue before. I don't like the high ceiling. Nonetheless, we still here. We rocking. Yeah, I'm gonna get it figured out. We'll get it figured out. Coach says, how do you handle quality control? Do you have inspectors, and can you elaborate on their role in your company? Yeah, so I do have I do have supervisors. So supervisors they have their own inspection schedule. So they'll follow their inspection schedule, and much like the cleaners, they check in when they get to locations. They have a checklist that they go through as well, just like a cleaner would have a checklist. They would go through and check the things that they're supposed to check, give it a grade. That grade goes out to to me, to the client, to the employee, and we use them later on in the year for employee reviews and disciplinary actions and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, we have accountability features in the app, just like in Cleaning Boss, like time trials. So like if someone is saying they're doing a task, but the task isn't getting done, we can assign them. We can put them on time trials, which means now they have to kind of track the start and end time of each individual task that they do. We also have like a barcode accountability. So if an area is getting missed, we can put a barcode in an area or on the back of a toilet or on the back of a garbage can. We can stick a barcode on there and scan it. Um, that's not in V1 of Cleaning Boss, but that will be in like the third update, I believe. Uh, but that's something that we use wherever we can. We use technology to double back on that accountability. But we also have inspectors that go behind people, and those are the same people who train people as they come in on certain days. So as they come in, if new people are going to new locations, they're usually with the supervisor. Supervisors do training and those inspections, and and they have areas that they cover. But even sometimes, like even supervisors, their pay doesn't change. But if we have no on-call workers for an area, those are the people I expect to jump at those opportunities to go and show that they're team players and clean. And they usually are really, really good about that because they'll go and they'll usually clean with people that they've trained and they help people out, and it's good to have them. And usually people aren't
messing up, or people usually are on their P's and Q's when one of the supervisors is around. So, yeah, that's their role in the company. But but I don't think that's the question that you actually wanted me to answer, because that does no one any good at that's if you're not at my size. I think what you're wanting to know is how do you scale to get to that point, and the answer is simple: is that it doesn't have to. Everyone thinks that every employee has to be a full time employee, and that's not the case. This supervisor, you can start off with one of your employees who takes an extra day to go and do inspections, once a week, if you depending on your client, frequency and your business size. But you can start as small as that, and then you can grow to someone, you know, coming in, one or two or three times a week to train and to do inspections. Like you can systematize it out, and you can start small and have someone start off with 12 hours a week, or and then grow to 15 hours a week, and then as you have a full time amount of hours to offer that person for that position, then you can do that. But it's okay to to use part time work or have things people doing partial jobs or split jobs. Uh, but yeah. Let's see. Good question, Coach. So appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Chris is Cleaning LLC says when your head turns and you're like 1 to 2 inches closer, it gets distorted. I don't know. I'll try to watch for that. Yeah, I'll try to watch for that. Yeah. So see if we can. We'll see if we can catch myself doing it, and yeah, see if we can make an adjustment. Rebecca says, "Good. Yes, you should always answer your grandma's call." Yeah, yeah, I know, I know. Moses Ramirez says, "Do we leave anything at the offices we clean, like mops or supplies, or carry them around?" It depends on the size of the facility that you have. Like that's why I usually go for larger facilities, and I usually try to get into larger facilities as much as possible, because it cuts down on that cost of moving things around, and makes the logistics a little bit easier when they have, you know, closets, janitorial closets. Larger facilities have space for these things. These buildings are designed with space for equipment to clean them. So most commercial spaces and most actual commercial spaces have some place for cleaning equipment to be. And so we rely heavily on that, which is why I always am going for larger commercial accounts. Um, and that the building doesn't have to be super large to have like a janitor's closet, but the small offices, yeah, you're probably gonna have to lug around some stuff to do a bunch of small offices. At that point, it's kind of just like residential. I mean, you can't you're not gonna be able to leave a bunch of equipment in your residential clients' spaces. So the logistics of that are gonna look very similar. Let's see. Moses Ramirez says, "When do I quit my full time 9 to 5?" So once you have saved up 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. Uh, Two, once the profit from your business after your cost of goods sold. So even if you are the one cleaning, well, I guess so this is what I would. This is in my opinion what I would suggest, how I would do it in my perfect fantasy world. Um, I would save up 3 to 6 months of personal, probably 6 months of personal expenses, bills, and bills, food, rent, things like that. Um, I would save that money up. I would make sure that I had 3 months, at least 3 months of business expenses saved as well. So if my business has revenue coming in, I'll make sure it's able to save at least 3 months of its own expenses. So paying whatever I would be paying an employee if I'm doing cleaning, I'm making sure I'm charging more than I would pay an employee, and I'm doing the work. So, but I'm still not counting that whatever it is, $17, $18 an hour, or whatever you're paying employees. I'm not counting that money. I'm only counting the profit. So once that profit reaches more than my take home pay from my job, then I feel comfortable quitting my job and trying to take on the more cleaning full time. But then and only then would be when I would quit, if in a reasonable, like, logical, smart way to do it. Uh, that's how I would approach it. The other way would be how I did it. Like I got fired from my job, so I didn't really have a choice, and so I just did the cleaning myself. and I cleaned, and the income was just my personal income because that's what it wasn't a business. It's not a business yet. I'm just self-employed because it's just me, and so I was able to, because I was pricing as if I had employees, and I always charge more than I would potentially pay an employee. I was able to take home more money than I usually would, even though I had some business expenses. But I was able to pay myself and save money. So I was able to save 3 months of personal expenses, and then once I got more clients, I was able to save 3 months of business expenses, and then bring people on. So, but yeah, saving is key. Yes, you gotta start saving money. I'm not the best at it either. We're all human. It's one of the hardest things to do in this damn country. But yeah, saving money is key. Has to be done. Jenny on the spot's in the chat. Shout out to Jenny on the spot. She's the local celebrity. We got Jenny on the spot and Rebecca in the same live. I feel wonderful today. I am loving this. Shout out to everybody for being here. Make sure you hit the like button. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all are the realest cleaning business community on the internet. And I'm so blessed to be at the helm here. So thank y'all for being here, man, and dealing with me and all my technical difficulties and audio issues. Let's see, where were we? Moses Ramirez says, "Are most places after hour cleans?" These are things that you choose. You can decide how you want to do this business, and there's no wrong way to do it. You can focus primarily on day porter cleaning. That is something that exists. And it's not like there's more of either. There's just as many day porters as there are night cleaning. Custodians. Everywhere you go, there's custodians there during the day, cleaning, and in schools and places. It's just kind of what kind of work do you want to be doing? That's going to dictate the type of business that you're going to build. But yeah, it doesn't matter which one you choose. It's going to be the same work. It's just like there are some nuanced differences. Obviously, if you're working while people are in the facility, your processes are going to be a little bit different than being able to go in and clean an entire place top to bottom with no one going over something. The processes are just a little bit different, but both exist, and it's just as much of all of it. Let's see, where the heck am I? Aegon with the $2 donation. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate it. You're a real one, man. Appreciate it, man. Love the donations. The people who send donations and the channel members like Damon3 and Rebecca Cardenas in the chat. Those are the people who prop this channel up, man. Those are the people who keep the channel going. Those are the people who we hold in high regard on this channel, man. I wouldn't do it if it weren't for people like you, and thank you guys for propping up the channel and giving me a reason to do this. So, love you guys. Shout out to Aegon for the donation. One up. Love it, man. Love it. Thank you, guys. Let's see. I gotta get this out of the way. Let's see. Get the chat back. What's next? What do we got next? Let's see. Moses Ramirez also says, I hope I'm saying that. Moises Ramirez says, "How do I get the big contracts? I work for a major telecom phone company, and the cleaners that come are not the best. That's usually a good way to get into big contracts is when they're already doing business with people who aren't doing great work, or companies that have gotten too big and don't care about the quality as much anymore. That's usually a good spot to get in. But is that a pain point for that company? Do they actually care if the building's clean or not, or are they just satisfied because it's cheap and they're okay getting what they're paid for? So it's good to probe and see what the actual pain points are. But that's definitely a good indicator of someone who could benefit from your service, or at least a walkthrough. But big contracts, it just comes from doing business, man. The brand is gonna, a lot of people try to avoid brand, but you in the beginning, yes, I talk a lot about sales, and you need to close those sales to drum up business. That's so you survive. That's so that you can survive and your business can grow and that you don't go out of business. But you still need to be building brand. It's not like the big businesses aren't doing it for nothing. That brand counts, and brand is what's going to help you close larger deals. The better your brand looks, the more brand that you have, more the The more professional you look, the more it looks like you do business, the better off it's going to be for you. You're going to have to build some brand. And that's going to be the only way you're going to attract the bigger brands, because they want to do business with businesses that are that look like them or look like they're on their level. So yeah, you definitely build your brand. Make sure your website keeps looking more and more professional. Make sure your pictures start looking more and more professional. Make sure your social media starts looking more and more professional, and you start putting out things that are more and more professional. Whether it's blogs or LinkedIn posts or whatever content that you're putting out, that those things should start to improve. They don't have to be like super polished in the beginning and everyone understands. And the people who are going to do business with you in the beginning, they want to do business with small businesses. But as you grow, you start to reinvest into those things, and that improves your brand. You start to look better. You start to look more presentable. You start to look more professional. You start to look like you're worth more money. And so that's how that grows. But yeah, they you know become known for being specialized. Specialized. Like every gymnastics facility from here to Eastern Washington thinks I'm the only cleaning company that can clean a gymnastics facility. Like, and it's like it's because no one else specifically makes content for cleaning gymnastics facilities. Like, it's not super complicated. They see me as a specialist because I talk specifically to them, and they're not the only client type I service. And now after the whole COVID thing, when they shut down gyms, they're not even half of my clientele anymore. So, but you can talk specifically to in a niche. The more dialed in you are in a niche, the more of an expert you become, and that's that can get you those bigger accounts. Even more so, more on that. Like, so if you have a bunch of like small daycares. If you service 30 small daycares, you probably look like really good to a really large daycare facility. Like, that's just it just that's just how the human mind works. Where the heck am I in these comments? I get so lost. Let's see. Chris Cleaning says, I like the idea of video reference from current clients. Yeah. Testimonials? Yeah. That's like, it's not a new business practice. Testimonials have been being done since we've had video. Testimonials. Get them. Extremely valuable. They can see they can see themselves in your clients. That's huge. Chris is cleaning LC says, how long did you clean until you clean no more? I never really like care. Like, I don't necessarily have to ever, but I still do. Like, I don't. I'm not like I'm not the I can't get my hands dirty, or this is scrubbing a toilet is beneath me. Like, I'm so big on where I started that I'm never going to change. Like, I'm never going to be too fancy to to scrub a toilet or get down in the mud or or scrub a floor or or get on my hands and knees and get something clean. I still clean, bro. Like, I do not care. Like, I still clean. No, it's not like the most efficient thing I could be doing with my time, but I'm in this industry. I care about doing a good job. I care about being of service. I'm also I have a habit of trying to be an educator to people who work for me and things like that. So, uh, but I very quickly I didn't have to. Like, after the first 2.5 years of business, I didn't have to clean anymore. Like, I had enough employees to do the work. I have enough employees to cover the work, and I could always hire people if I didn't. But you know, if I ever wanted to just work and just maybe take home an extra check for no reason and want that money to come from somewhere, I can just grab a couple shifts for myself, or or just go and clean and just cut down on costs. Like, just I'm around the business. It's just how it is. I don't care to not clean. Everyone tries to say get out of the cleaning, and yes, you should systemize your business so that you aren't required to clean. And that's been the last. I haven't. It's been systematized and full. Able to be staffed for the last 6 years or so. But I still clean. I still clean. Chris is cleaning LLC. So you actually send supervisors review to the customer. That's scary, but definitely will make you clean better, I guess. Yeah, absolutely. It's transparency, like transparency, like that. That you. What do you think that does for the client? Even if it's bad, even if we have a bad review, it's coming from us. It's not coming from them. We don't give them the opportunity to complain because we'll say, hey, we don't like how this is being done, even on our standards. We're improving on this, so at least they know. Like that. That's that a level of transparency in business. Like when things go bad, then they never consider getting rid of you. They will never consider getting rid of you. That's why like I've had clients that I've had since the first day of my business. Like they're still my clients because of things like that. Because I'm completely transparent. Because it's better for everyone. Because it's not about things aren't going to go perfect ever. It doesn't matter what your business is or what your process is. People are people. Business is full of humans. So humans are flawed by nature. There's going to be mistakes. It's not about making the mistakes. It's how you handle them. Do you have a process to address these mistakes? And as long as you do, you're that. That's all. That's all anyone can ask for. Mistakes are going to happen. So I don't care about being transparent with the clients as far as reviews or what we're doing inside of their facility. It's their facility, and we want to provide as much value for them as possible. And so them knowing what's going on is valuable for them. They can it allows them to trust us more. And so when we say this service is needed, and we say hey, because we do things like that, when we say hey, this floor needs to be completely done and it's going to cost X amount of thousands of dollars, guess what? They don't even they're like, okay, that's what it costs. Yeah, jeez, it seems a little expensive, but like they won't even go and they're not even gonna go look for something else. They're just okay. Well, you say that's what it is. Like, we trust you. Boom, take care of it. Let's see what else we got. Always almost out of time here. We got the camera warning on. So let's see if we can speed run through the rest of these. Jenny on the spot says, hey DJ, you're the best. Love you, man. Love to have you in the chat, Jenny. Thank you for being here. Rebecca says, thank you for all you do. Thank y'all, boss family. Y'all make me feel amazing, man. Y'all make me feel absolutely amazing. Nick says, what's your opinion on bringing goodies to prospect clients during walkthroughs? I've been getting mixed reviews from colleagues, so some say a waste of money, others say it's definitely a must. I mean, that's a you thing, does that work for you? Like, are you closing jobs doing it? Like, that's a you thing. That's something I really can't. Like, I've done it before, but I also don't go door to door as much anymore. But yeah, if it works for you and you're able to build a rapport, if it's a good icebreaker, then yeah, do it, man. Don't do what works for you. Don't listen to what other people say, man. Just do what's working for you. If it works for you, go ahead and do it. Bring treats, bring goodies. I know if someone showed up to my office with goodies, that'd probably be the only thing that would get that door open, because my door stays, closed and locked unless we're kind of, doing business or doing interviews or training or anything like that. But I'm not opening that door unless somebody got some food. It's usually DoorDash who has food at the door for me, so it's the only thing that gets my door open. So that's just me in my office. So I don't know. Jelena Garcia says, we value you so much. Thank you. The audio doesn't matter. Well, the audio doesn't matter. Thank you, Jelena. I appreciate that. Rebecca says, I like after hours better. So do I. You can make a bigger impression working after hours. They come in and the entire space is spotless. Like, that's hard to recreate during the day. So, it has the biggest impact visually on the client, and you can actually show your work that way. They can actually go through and see your work that way. So I love after hours. It's just that's what I like presenting the best. But day porter is still excellent as well. So Moses Ramirez says, so I have everything set up as far as license, insurance. I've contracted a company to create my website, and I have t-shirts and cards. What else? You've done everything except for any business. Go do some business. I've heard everything except for except for doing any business. That's all that is left. You're a legal entity now, so that's not an excuse you have. Uh, you got T-shirts, so you could be doing some more media. You have shirts now. You could at least be taking pictures. You know, getting uh, getting some pictures, video, written word for your website and for your social media. You could be having that stuff up, but you should start selling. You should start asking for business. Start going on walkthroughs. Start closing deals. Start doing business. If you don't have a way to like prospect and and reach out to clients for business, then the pinned comment at the top, it says cold call script in the link. That's actually my fully automated sales system. So there you go. You can start there. It's $70. You can start your business off that way. Customize it to your area or however you want your business to come off. But there you go. It's a view of what a sales system looks like. It's just one sales system, but that'll at least get you started. And you can start doing all the other free things that you can do in marketing to try to drum up business. But there's a start. But yeah, you've done everything except for start to do business. So that's where I would say go next. Natalia J says, just wanted to say we're grateful for your videos. My husband and I started out our business last month and have been blessed to have acquired a 43,000 square foot office building. My advice to anyone is to volunteer your services first. There you go. I literally just said that. Like I literally just said like you can go go and take pictures. So this is one of the this entire if who's on this live? How many people are on this live? I'm gonna check because this is about to be the most valuable part. Holy shit! All right, that's like 20 people on here. All right, nice. All right, glad y'all are here because this is about to be the most valuable thing I say all live stream, right? So a lot of people like to scarf at doing free work. This is why I'm also against this whole know your worth thing, know your price, and stand on your price. Cause in the beginning you're worth absolutely nothing, and you should work for absolutely nothing, right? One of the best sales techniques, one of the best ways to close deals is to go and do work for free. Why is this never a loss? Because you can make the negotiation, the free work in exchange for a review, a video review. Remember how we talked about how valuable a testimonial will be? You can do one cleaning for free in exchange for a video review, a reaction of your services for that business. And even if you don't charge them, you can do that in exchange for that. You can also include the ability to take pictures and video of yourself doing the work. Guess what that is? Marketing, more marketing for your website, social media, and email campaigns and everything. You get media, you get your own company's stock images and stock video. That's extremely valuable, and so it's worth doing that for free, offering it for free. And it's a great way to get into facilities or get into even homes or get into whatever it is that you're trying to clean. It's a great way. Even if that goes for any business like that, like do the work for free. You get to document it, and you get to sell the fact that you did that to other people because you get to show off what you can do. You get to communicate your value. You get to communicate your value through the lens of your client by having them give you a review in exchange for the free work that you did. Now you don't have to do free work anymore because you have proof that it's valuable to people like your clients. Like, do that. I don't know why people scarf at free work. Yes, you don't want to get used to like doing free work a bunch of times. The goal is to try to make money. But yeah, if you're really struggling, yeah, you can get into these buildings for absolutely free. Give them the work. Just give them the work, and you think of it as a media day. Think of it as a media day. You get thrown a media day for your business. Cool. It's an investment. You're investing in a media day for your business. And guess what? You also might get a client out of it because they'll see how good, if you actually do a good job, you may actually get a client out of it. Damon 3 says, which niches give the most headaches, or is every client different? Yeah, it's people, bro. It's not client types, I promise you. I thought it was client types, but I've had client types of all across the gamut of some people that were just headaches and some people that were, like an absolute joy to work with. And it's not the niche it's the person. It's always the people. That's it. It's people. People are terrible. Businesses are great. People are terrible. I mean, people aren't terrible. People are amazing. People are absolutely amazing. But some people are terrible. Some people have the capacity for great stupidity. Natalia J says, my advice to others is reach out to commercial property managers, also volunteer services with your city events for cleanup. Cities want local businesses, and it's a great way to market. Yeah, I do the whole local business marketing as well. That's definitely an angle that I heavily rely upon is being a local business. My vendor is a local business. I do a lot of business with other local businesses just for that reason, so I can continue to market and communicate that as a company value, as a core company value, as supporting the local community. It's what you're doing. You're servicing the community. You're taking care of the spaces where people work, their children spend time and play, and you're servicing these areas where your community is. So it's definitely smart to offer your services to your city and to your community. Again, I talk about this all the time, like the safety council facility that you guys saw me one live where we did the live pricing. Yeah, that account is small, but they're a government entity that's well known throughout the entire state. So it looks good that we service them, and other people trust us because we do business with that brand. So definitely good. Definitely a good way to market. Those rumor says even got a 1-800 number set up and answering system. Yeah, I think I did like. I still like using Google Voice. So this is sorry I meant commercial property management companies. Yeah. I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Natalia's in the chat dropping some gems, man. So y'all go and make sure y'all check into the chat with everybody else. Let's see. Damon3 says fire. Appreciate you, man. Jelena Garcia says I agree to do free cleans and residential service. Yeah, in exchange. So don't just do completely free. No, completely. There's nothing in this world should be completely free. If it's going to be free, it needs to be in exchange for a review or at least a Google review. You may not be able to. Everybody doesn't want to be on camera, but you should definitely try to push for them to put to put them on camera. But a review, a Google review, or or the ability to take pictures and video of the work. Obviously, not their personal space, but details of the work. Let's see. Lastly, it helps so much to emphasize the value of your business. You're not just cleaning service, you're contributing to the health and well being of the public. The cleaning is just the bonus. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, cleaning for health out here. That's how Jay says they're in California. Shout out to Cali. California knows how to party. Donnie Brasco, Peace Community. What's up, man? Glad to have you in the chat. Glad you made it. Moses Ramirez says, what's the best way to market? Flyers, online ads, content. Like, be omnipresent with content. I would say, you should make content for your niche, whatever that is. I talked about this on another live about like content strategies and kind of how to come up with content strategies. But we will actually do that on the next live. It'll be a combination of live with Nine Media because that's something I talk about on the Nine Media side of my business a lot. But yeah, we'll talk about content strategies in the next live. So that'll be next Tuesday's live, and that's something I would like. I don't talk about it as much on this channel because people just don't like doing work, and content it's work. It seems fun to say like you want to be a content creator, but it's the way we're going to do business for the rest of our lives now. Like that genie's not going back in the bottle. Technology is never going to go backwards. So the way we do business is online. The better you are at creating content for the spaces on the internet where people actually spend time. the better off your business is going to be for it. And if you don't start to switch to marketing that way and thinking of all of your marketing that way, that's digital first, then you will slowly start to lose market share no matter how good you are at any of the other things. And I really believe that. Feel free to test that if you want, but I've never seen the market or technology go backwards. So I'm very big on marketing and creating content for the platforms on the internet and doing that in the proper way for a business to be able to make money. I don't just say make content for the sake of making content. The goal is business results. So, but yeah, we'll talk about that next week and do a live on making content for business results. But I do talk about it in some other lives. If you have time, maybe go and check some of those out. I don't even remember which live it is because the lives end up like this. They end up all over the place because I'm just answering questions for people. But yeah, go check out some of the lives and see some of the. I think someone asked a question about it at one live. I can't remember, it was 2, maybe 3 weeks ago. But I actually, we went through and made a whole little marketing strategy for them. But yeah, we'll do that next week in depth, in detail. So appreciate that question. Leandor Evans says, how do I know what other companies in my area are charging? Have you ever asked them? It's a silly question, I know, but have you ever tried asking them? If you're, especially residential, if you're a residential cleaner, you can literally call them just get your house priced, see how much they would charge you. Yeah, that's it. If you work somewhere, see how much they would charge the office. If you can get them without, if they're willing to do some. There's some type of no walkthrough type quote situation, but it's gonna be somewhat comparable to what they charge in residential. Commercial is gonna be probably slightly more expensive, typically depending on what market you're in, than residential. But yeah, if you're in residential, you could just ask a residential cleaning company. But yeah, other than that, it'll come from your price. From your customers, asking questions with your customer, find out what they're paying, right? What they're paying, and you can kind of start to put together a general idea of what it's going for in your market. Ramirez says, I don't really want residential. Do you specialize in only commercial? Yeah, I only do commercial. I have no residential clients whatsoever outside of post-construction. So, and then in post-construction, after the final clean, I never go back to any of those houses. Timothy says, free game Tuesday. Appreciate everyone's input. Absolutely, man. Like I said, this is the realest cleaning business community on the internet. I don't know why anyone is anywhere else on Tuesdays at 3 p.m., man. This is the spot to be. We got to get out of here soon. As we bother. We got to get something to eat, man. Let's see. Jelena Garcia says, do you sell a cleaning checklist for commercial clients? Currently only service residential. I don't sell a checklist like you clean this, you clean that. 'Cause that's heavily gonna depend on that's gonna heavily rely on your process and how you do things and how you approach cleaning. But the Cleaning Boss app does give you space to create your own checklist and assign them to different areas into buildings or even houses. So you can create your own checklist. So if you have a checklist that you use, you can copy it over to the Cleaning Boss app and have your cleaners, when they clock in, they can check off items on the checklist as they go through their day, or wait until the end and check off items. But yeah, you can make a different checklist for each location, and things are different, or you can just keep copying the same checklist over and over again. But yeah, I don't have a set checklist for you to go in the bathroom and start here, start there, like I do for internally for my clients. But we have a specific process. I don't know if you guys saw in one of my videos. Like I say, we clean top to bottom, back to front. That's our approach to going into a new facility, or just serving the facility in general. And so it affects our process and the order in which we do things. And certain buildings they do certain levels of cleaning. So it depends on how deep are you cleaning as to what's going to be on that checklist. So that's why I don't sell a cleaning checklist for other people, because that's something that that's your business's process. You're probably gonna have to come up with that a little bit on your own. You know, what are you doing when you go into these facilities? So what are you doing when you go into the facility? What did you talk about in the walkthrough? You know, like you can have your client make the entire checklist for you by. A lot of times they'll even in commercial they'll provide you with a scope of work that they want you to do. So if you're going after really big accounts, they usually they have a scope of work either from a previous company or some internal internal document that they have or things that they want done. But yeah, you'll want to create a checklist, ideally based on what they want, and then add on top of that the things that you feel are important for your company to do inside of a facility. Rebecca says, "Oh, her company, yep, Sparkly Cleaning Service for Facebook." Alrighty, so Jelena Garcia says, "Do you?" Oh, I already read that one. How often do you have lives? I would love to put it on my schedule. So we do this every Tuesday at 3 p.m. So once a week, every Tuesday at 3 p.m., we are live right here on the channel. So come back at 3 p.m. next week, and we will be here. Hopefully, barring something doesn't happen or something come up in my schedule. But I'm here once a week, every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So West Coast time. So remember that. A lot of people still have an issue with that, even though I put it in extremely bold letter on the consultation thing. When people book consultations, they're still not looking that it says Pacific Standard Time. So, but yeah, I'm on the West Coast, 3 p.m. West Coast time. You think Southern California is a good market? Yes, I don't believe there's many bad markets for cleaning unless you're in like the middle of rural like Montana. But anywhere there's people, things need to be clean. What chemicals do you use? I bought some Zep from Amazon. If it works, use it. I mean, as far as disinfecting, it's regulated by the EPA. As long as it's an EPA approved product for disinfecting, then knock yourself out. Find something that you and your clients like, and that also works for you and your employees and whatever process you decide to use to clean things. I'm not married to any chemicals until like right now I'm just married to the local chemical supplier, uh, but I'm not big on like any particular name brand. There's some stuff that I know like for me works for my use cases, but yeah, I'm not married to any particular thing. If some company came and wanted to like give me a bunch of money to only use their chemicals, guess what? I'm only using their chemicals, barring that they're EPA approved. But yeah. Jelena Garcia says, "True, in residential course, we had to call 10 other services in our area for quotes." Exactly. Yeah, you ask. Ask people. You want to know what they charge? Try asking them. See, Rebecca says, "Enjoy your week. Now I know you're live. Chat is at 5 p.m. in Texas. See you next week." That's right. Thank you. What time zone? Pacific Standard Time. Leander Evans says, "Thank you. You are right now my favorite YouTuber." Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. That means I don't think I've had someone call me a YouTuber yet. So, but I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys are able to get some value from the things that I talk about and the things that I do on this channel. Um, that's the goal. That's been the goal of the entire channel. So, but I appreciate you guys for supporting me and watching the videos, watching the channel, sitting on these lives with me, and hanging out with me. Um, that's all I got for you guys this week. Hopefully, you guys come back next week, Tuesday at 3 p.m. Got some videos coming out this week. Check them out. Go and follow me on TikTok and IG at Cleaning Boss Family if you don't already. Go get the free template. So if you're not using the free proposal template, yeah, that's a mistake. Go see how I'm doing proposals. I do proposals much like a media company does a RFP. How they respond to RFPs and how they do pitch decks. It's much like that. You double that with something really presentable with your with your offer, your contract, and your policy and procedure, whatever other documents you send. But if that that document looks really nice, and you replace my pictures with yours, and put your wording in there so it sounds like you move, take my logo out, put your logo in. I think you can be closing a lot more deals. So, but yeah, other than that, go download the cold call template if you don't have a way to sell. The cold call template is now a fully automated sales system, and it's discounted again for the next 100 users. So the next 100 users, not as much of a discount as the first 100 users, but still a huge discount. And even now, people are still saying that this is worth so much more than $70. So, and so much more than the actual price that it is at $150. Imagine you can start your business. This is something that's going to bring sales to your front door, bring walkthroughs right to your calendar. Closing any amount of those, any deal from this particular sales process pays for itself 10 times over in the very first deal. So no brainer on whether or not you should go and grab that. The link is pinned to the comment section, and it's also in the link of my last few videos. But actually, it's probably in the link of every video under cold call template. But yeah, go get that. Go to mycleaningboss.app and get on the wait list for the app. It'll be out very, very soon. Of course, the first group of people who are on that app will get some sort of benefit for being the first. I really appreciate the people who jumped to support me in my endeavors. So I always try to reward them some type of way. And so I'm really excited that everyone loves the update, and all the first 100 users who bought the cold call script are loving that they got the fully automated version for free. And so I'm definitely going to continue to operate and run my business that way, because I love that feeling. So appreciate all you guys for being here. Thank y'all for joining the live. We went extra long today. I'm happy about it. One more question. Moses Ramirez says, do you negotiate on proposals if they think it's too high? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I start high on purpose to negotiate. That's how you negotiate. If they say it's too high, you try to find out what sounds reasonable to them, and then you find somewhere in between that works for both of you. Something that you like, something that they like. But yeah, that's it. Love you guys. Appreciate it, man. Keep that boss mentality. Peace.
Look, this for all my boss days. Go through your boss days. Loving how you boss, babe. This for all my dreamers and my doers and all the entrepreneurs. Just believe in what you're doing and pursuing them. This for